What's more happy and joyful than our prospects for 2024? Happy vote blue no matter who year. That has a ring to it. That's good, Pat. I like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
What do we got? I don't even know. We're already bitching about Biden, but let's see how he's doing.
Let's do a deep dive into it. Oh, look at that. And that's not even actually as bad as it's going to be when they just do the swing states. But anyway.
Yeah, that looks like he has a chance.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Donald Trump at 37%, Joe Biden at 34%. I thought that RFK Jr. was closer to 20, but this one just came out this past week. Yeah. Cornel West is at 2. I don't even know who Lars Mapstead is. No Labels is at 2, and Jill Stein is at 1. Okay, so this
Lars
is
the libertarian.
Yeah, but I haven't heard any. I mean,
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But he's a libertarian. That's kind of enough.
Yeah.
Generally.
That No Labels candidate, the Joe Manchin guy or whoever it's going to be, well, anyway, what a mess. Let's just keep looking. Let's break down those numbers a little bit. Okay. Among Hispanics, Trump is up 9 points on Biden, 34% among Hispanics.
I mean,
Mexico
if there's one
doesn't
group
send their
that should
best.
fucking hate Donald Trump, it's like, this is where the rhetoric is not as important as the policies. Like right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Well,
this is how much
anyway,
Biden has let down Hispanic voters.
But why are they even going to Trump? That's so crazy.
They're going to the taco salad guy, remember when he
his Taco Bell salad to celebrate Mexican heritage.
Where are my Mexicans? Are my Mexicans here? All this.
Oh my God.
And Trump is openly racist about Hispanic people. He is. And yet he's beating Biden by 9 points.
By 9 points. Well, that's why when especially liberals talk about, Trump just brought out racism and people in a way that, like they think he's even worse than George W. Bush. And it's like, but if you're not looking at the policies and how they are actually affecting the demographic that you pretend that you're in some great allyship with, Biden is continuing Trump's wall. Biden has deported more people than Trump. Biden is still locking migrants in cages.
Yeah, here's Biden's wall. So they keep the wall doesn't fucking work. First off, it's ridiculous. This globe, we don't have this great wall of China that's like 50 feet high and brick, and even if you did, it's not going to stop people from getting over because they're coming from dire situations.
Right.
They're going to come over.
Yeah.
But they just keep cutting through. I mean, I imagine I have tools right over here behind me that could get through that wall.
I mean, I don't even see where the wall is. It's like beams that have air between it.
It's angled slots, and I'm sure. You could easily push your baby across the U.S. if that was a thing. That should be a talking point. For if it was Biden's wall, the right would be saying, "Oh, they're going to push their babies through the wall and then get free education or whatever."
Yeah. Yep. $600 million goes to a contractor to weld the wall breaches. It's all just money transfers.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, the tweet is welded shut 3 times in 1 month. So we're just funding businesses. It's like that's neoliberalism at its core. It's like making money for corporations and businesses and whoever donates to get the contract.
Exactly.
That trumps actual what the fuck voters care about.
Always. Okay, among independents, Trump is up 10 points. I'm surprised that Cornel West and Jill Stein are so low. That's depressing for me.
I mean, these polls do vary, for sure. Like this,
I don't think. Yeah,
this is the latest ones that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
among age 18 to 34, Trump is up 6 points over Biden. So Biden has lost his base.
That's Black, Hispanic, and young voters. The key to Biden winning elections.
Any Democrat
just COVID voters. The key to that's despite Black, Hispanic, and young voters putting him across the line. if it wasn't for COVID, he was going to lose for sure in 2020. And I'm telling you, the COVID voters are not coming out for him.
No.
I mean, most people tune it out, so it's not an issue. But if you are a COVID voter, you're not like, thank you for all the policies in place right now. No, you're like, okay, Trump sucks on COVID, but Biden's not doing anything anyway. So that's not even, that's irrelevant. And he's not even promising to do anything. He's actively ignoring
anything at all for anything. I mean, he talks about Roe v. Wade. He talks about, I mean, he stopped talking about the economy. What's he even talking about? Like, he actually has no, I mean,
he's
not campaigning. He has no affirmative message. It's just about like keeping Trump at bay. So that's the whole thing. And then here's the other thing that's so interesting. So, you know, and we're not even really covering this, but, you know, so now Trump has been kicked off the ballot in a few states and I know they're going to have to go and it's going to go through all of the different legal battles, but like, do Democrats think that Biden can beat Nikki Haley? He loses to every other. He actually, I think, is closer to Trump than he is to any other possible Republican candidate. But here's the thing: is they actually, I mean, this is just getting a look inside of a liberal's head is massively depressing.
It's so short-term thinking.
Yeah, they think that she's better. They think that George W. Bush is better.
Well,
so
yeah,
they really don't care, actually, if Nikki Haley wins.
There's that piece. There's the piece that, well, at least it wouldn't be Trump if we lost. You know, that's a big part of it. Like, because he offended their sensibilities, right?
Yeah.
But the other piece is they're like, and a lot of people believe this, like, well, if it's not Trump, Trump voters won't show up to polls. But like I've said before, if Nikki Haley's like, obviously, if Trump's off the ballot and she gets the thing, she's going to go after his voters. So she's going to get Trump to endorse her. And she's going to say, I'm going to pardon Trump. And then everyone's going, yeah, Nikki fucking Haley.
Yeah. That's all she's saying. She's going to say, I'm going to pardon Trump.
If a right-winger somehow got the nomination that was cutting the cord from Trump, they're not going to win. They can't win because the base is too much behind the fanaticism and all that stuff. You know, and that would actually work. But as a victim, it's going to be some biblical shit. It's going to be the rising of, you know, their Messiah somehow, you know, and all they have to do is lean in and say, I'm going to try to pardon Trump, or I'm going to, whatever, you know, I'm going to make this injustice right. And that would actually make it like Nikki Haley, if that happened, would get a massive boost that's better than Trump, because a lot of Democrats would say, fuck it, it's not Trump. And then all the right's going to be fired up. We got to vote because we got to save Trump.
Yep. Yeah. So that whole strategy is just shooting themselves in the foot. And it also, again, it's just so, it shows they have nothing affirmative to run on. Like, there is a way, actually, I mean, not for Biden, it's too late, or for there's no Democrat out there who would actually do any of the things that would help him win. Although, I mean, I agree with you. I think Gavin Newsom would, you know, in his slick, weaselly way, probably get quite a bit of liberal support, and even some people on the kind of left, whatever, progressive, because he can talk a good game if you don't look at his actual record, whatever. But like, I mean, the fact Biden isn't campaigning and he's not running on anything, like nothing. So the whole plan for Democrats is we just always have to win. If you don't want the more evil person, we just always have to win. We're not going to give you anything. We're just going to not be that guy. That is it. They don't have any. What is the policy? Like, what are the policies he's running on? Which issue?
Here's the spin that they're telling us.
I'm very bullish on President Biden's reelection in 2024. The economy's strong. We've recovered from COVID, and we are
2 million cases.
Once again, respected in the world. Are you out of your fucking head? Most importantly, he's restored a sense of normalcy after 4 years of President Trump's chaos, said David Thomas, a former aide to Vice President Al Gore.
Before we even read the second part, I mean, there's so many flaws that we haven't recovered from COVID. So he's going to be pushing, we recovered from COVID when there's 2 million cases, the second biggest peak of COVID. And people are becoming more aware of COVID. I mean, as bad as it is. And
I am seeing more masks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that people aren't going to go, oh, we're recovered from COVID. Like, that's just not reality. You know, that fight is getting louder right now, believe it or not. Normalcy, respected in the world. I mean, everyone is. This is where the whole disconnect is with the media, because everyone is not tuned into MSNBC and CNN and going, oh, you know, this is right. No, they're tuned into what's actually happening, and he has no support because it's fucking genocide in Palestine, and everybody sees it. So that's not true. And then the economy. Are you fucking kidding me? The economy is not people. This is the second part of the phrase. Does work remain? You bet. But if you ask the question in November, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? I believe a majority of Americans will answer a resounding yes. And that is just not fucking true.
Yep. Nobody thinks that. That's actually the primary. That is the primary standard, or the primary question that people ask themselves. Oh, sorry, we both hit the button. And I don't think anybody thinks that.
It's always, people always vote on their own well-being with the economy.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks the economy is doing better.
No. Do we have anything for any videos? Oh, restoring democracy. We need a little bit of a video. That's actually, we're restoring democracy. We have to save democracy. So here is the big plan to save democracy.
People would get legitimately elected.
Biden's Democratic challengers have called for debate. Why is he not debating?
And then they would try to do away with elections.
Does the Florida party then effectively canceling the Democratic primary also constitute voter suppression?
And do away with opposition.
President Biden is the Democratic nominee.
That's your nominee, baby. That's how it works.
And do away with a free press.
I can't speak there. Why not?
The administration, which is much separate from the DNC.
You have to speak to the campaign or the DNC.
February of this year, the DNC passed a unanimous resolution to support President Joe Biden.
I know that might not sound democratic.
And there's no primary on our side.
I'm not surprised by this, but it's very disingenuous.
Somebody with those tendencies, though dictatorial, authoritarian tendencies.
Well, there's a primary, but the key to it is the fact that we've already endorsed President Biden.
Would be like, oh, okay, we're going to shut this down.
That is the game.
Does the White House have any thoughts on those voters being? I can't speak to that.
They didn't usually telegraph that.
Has a Hatch Act, or you're talking about 2024 election. You're talking about a primary. I'm just not going to speak to that from here.
My advice to my Republican friends: focus on your circus. We got ours.
We certainly do. I'm really sorry because I don't know who made that compilation, so I can't. We're not giving credit to a person who put that together.
I did. I'll take credit. It was me.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. Somebody did it, and good work. So I appreciate it.
Good work. Yeah. All right.